Hey Jack, thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this video. I've got some great ideas, and I really think we're going to kill it this time around.
Not a problem, man. Happy to help anytime.
Alright, so obviously, we need to get this video started right with a sick intro, and I wanted to see if you had any ideas for it.
Oh, I know. What if, right, I called you on your phone, and then you picked up the phone, and then you acted surprised?
Hold on. What if you and I raced online, and both finished at the same time, and then put text on screen that said, TCSGaming and Jack's Gamer Planet present CTR Nitro Fueled Review? Wait, shut up. What if instead of doing that, we got a bunch of TNT and blew up an entire mountain?
How would we even do that?
I got it. You know how Crash breaks crates in his games? What if we got Loot Crate to send us a big custom loot crate that looked like the Crash Bandicoot crates, and inside there was a fully functional fruit bazooka?
We could do that, or we could just, I don't know, start the video?
Start the video, got it.
I'm just gonna go out there and say that we're probably living in the best timeline for gaming right now. Not only are we getting exciting new ideas from AAAs and indies, but what's old is new again.
The Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy was a shocking development for the games industry. It turns out that something that was profitable back then is actually just as profitable now. Who could have known a thing like that?
After the Crash and Spyro remake sold gangbusters, Activision was looking to score a hat-trick with a full reimagining of the one and only true successor to Mario Kart.
CTR for the PS1 is nothing short of a masterclass in the kart racing genre. Crash has had other racers in the past, but none quite match up to the quality of Naughty Dog's one-hit wonder.
I will be coming from the perspective of somebody who is not familiar with the original. Trey, on the other hand, has much experience with the initial version. That way, we can accurately assess whether CTR A surpasses the original, and B, whether the design of the game in general still holds up against its contemporaries.
CTR actually has a story. It's not much of a story, but it's nice that it's there. Nitrous Oxide, an alien, has threatened to take over the Earth and turn it into a concrete parking lot. However, since he's an idiot, he will only do it if the Earth's fastest racer can't beat him in a race. The story merely serves as a way to give the lone player something to do, not really to tell a story. Hey, I'm not complaining. It's better than just grinding the Grand Prix over and over again.
If you've played any given Mario Kart game before this, then you might not get what the big deal is at first glance. CTR doesn't really do anything to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to get anything revolutionary here. CTR takes what works from Mario Kart and essentially widens the skill gap by taking what works in those games and then supercharges it. Perhaps even nitro fuels it.
Leave the bad puns to the professionals, Jack.
Now, you might think we're saying, this is nothing but kiddie filth. It doesn't even come close to my level. CTR might look like your fun pick up and play game for all the family, but give it 5 minutes and you'll soon realise the naivety in that assumption.
This game is way more chaotic than any kart racer you will ever play, and that's saying a lot. The items you get, TNT, potions, missiles, all function as you would expect. These items can be thrown in front or behind you to take on both offensive and defensive properties. There are also items such as the clock or the lightning bolt, which act as stand-ins for the blue shell. They're much more balanced in the blue shell though, since they target everyone and not just the lead player, so you don't get completely screwed for being the best racer.
The majority of the time when I play Mario Kart, I throw out an item almost instantaneously, since item pickups are never too far apart. Crash Team Racing, not so. While there are still a fair amount of item crates peppered throughout the track, items such as the bomb can break boxes from a distance and can steal the power up from under you. Furthermore, CTR's carts are more fast and loose, so missing a box is actually a strong possibility.
There's no such thing as the triple shell or bananas here. When you grab an item, it is heavily encouraged that you hold on to it until the perfect moment. Failure to do so will result in your ass getting blasted. The resulting stun damage completely kills all your momentum, and it takes a good few seconds before you're even able to start up again. On the flip side, however, the game offers so much greater rewards to players that have mastered its mechanics.
Wumpa fruit can be found in special crates, often they're hidden in shortcuts or parts of the track that are a pain to get to. Unlike the coins in Mario Kart, Wumpa fruit are a must. In this game, you actually feel the difference in speed, mainly because the AI are a lot smarter, or at least they seem it. Not only are they more aggressive towards you, but they themselves will actively seek out Wumpa fruit and shortcuts.
Once you hit the max amount of 10, your weapons get upgraded. TNT crates become nitro crates, which explode on contact. The potion leaves behind a storm cloud, which puts a cap on the racer's max speed. Stun time for each weapon is also increased. Get hit once, however, and you lose some of your Wumpa fruit and your item buffs. No matter how far behind or in front you are, CTR is excellent at giving players incentives to get better. It should also be noted that the CPUs don't have access to the clock or lightning power-up, so the speed you unlock content in the adventure mode is determined by your skill alone.
Drifting is pretty much the name of the game. As you drift, you can hit the opposite shoulder button to perform a boost. Performing 3 consecutive boosts will net you the best result. This isn't like Mario Kart or the Sonic All-Star Racing series. If you don't boost as soon as the meter fills up, you lose it and spin out. The tyre glow on your kart will indicate how much the meter is filled up, so you can keep your eyes fixated on the road. Because you're going that much faster, stage hazards are often more threatening because you have less time to react to them. In many ways, CTR Nitro Fueled is the Bloodborne of kart racers.
You will need to master the drift if you want to stand the slightest chance of beating some of the later races. A lot of the shortcuts found in the track require the player to be going at a certain speed to pull off. We really want to emphasize the absolute mind-bending speeds you can attain in this game, which is why the skill gap is so high in CTR. CTR's tracks are much more complex than your average racer. While they may seem fairly linear at first, you'll be shocked at how many hidden routes you can find when you actually take the time to explore them. Nowhere is that demonstrated more than in the adventure mode. The relic races require that you reach the goal within a certain time. You can hit special boxes to freeze the clock like in Crash 3. Hitting all of them will give the player a 10-second bonus, which is the only way you even stand a chance at getting the platinum relics. The time trials are put in place to get you infinitely familiar with the course and optimize your routes for multiplayer. And the game teaches you this without explicitly telling you directly, which I appreciate. I also love how it takes what is a fairly generic mode and gives it a nice Crash Bandicoot twist.
The CTR tokens, on the other hand, test your racing ability and knowledge of the track in one final send-off for each course. There's also the crystal challenges, which take place in each of the battle mode arenas. They're fine, I guess, but they're nowhere near as fun or as well thought out as what we highlighted previously. Got a lot of what you expect: capture the flag, last man standing, great for a fun night in with the lads, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still the gold standard in this aspect.
The boss fights are on the weaker side. By the time you get to them, you already know the course inside and out. They do have the ability to use an endless supply of items, but since it's a one-on-one race, all you need to do is stay ahead of them and you can win.
You've literally just described every racer in existence.
Is there something you'd like to share with the class?
Look man, it's not my fault that the track you race Pinstripe on is too damn narrow and he keeps stun-locking me.
I think you just need to get on my level.
I think you need to shut the fuck up.
You might wonder, what's the point of all this? You only need to get first in every race to challenge nitrous oxide. Well, that's where the remake comes in. For every single challenge you beat, you get given a ton of cosmetic goods, color schemes, carts, decals, etc. Nitro Fueled is fantastic at making every inch of the game worth your time. That's not even counting the returning unlockable characters like Fate Crash or Penta Penguin. Takes me back to a different time.
What doesn't take me back to a different time though is the pit stop. Okay, so when Nitro Fueled first launched, the pit stop shop was for you to get extra content. All the races from Nitro Kart, as well as, other skins, decals, stuff like that. What's awesome is that the pit stop shop is constantly being updated via Grand Prix, so you get new races and tracks exclusive to the remake. Finally, we get to play as my favourite Crash Bandicoot character, Spyro the Dragon. The thing is though, is that this is an Activision game, so there's got to be a catch, and it's a dirty one, alright. At launch, this is the only way you could get them. It was a nice incentive to keep playing. The game was fun enough, and you got coins at a decent rate that it never felt like a grind to unlock everything. A perfect middle finger to games shoveling microtransactions into their games for no reason. So they shoveled microtransactions into their game for no reason. Before anybody says anything, yes, I am aware that you don't need to pay a single cent in order to get everything. This is no Star Wars Battlefront 2 debacle. No, that does not make it okay. Trust me on this, folks. I have a little brother and sister that are constantly asking for in-app purchases. It only takes one to get you hooked, and that indifference is actually what they want to hear from you. It's almost as if people have accepted this shit as the norm. Let me make this 100% clear for you folks. It is not okay, it never was okay, and it never will be okay. Crash is a kids game, and what pisses me off even more is that this was a calculated move. Wait for the glowing reviews to roll in and then start milking your consumers dry. Well, fuck them. It doesn't ruin the game, but it does sour what is otherwise a flawless experience.
As Jack mentioned, all of the racers from Crash Nitro Kart are here for you to play around with. Shockingly, CTR goes one step further by including remastered courses too, minus the anti-gravity. These might as well be considered brand new tracks, since I doubt many have fond memories of the original game. It's a shame because the track design here is on par with the first game, and with the speed and control of the remake, they are that much better. They set themselves apart by having special trap boxes, which I'm sure lead to many friendship-crushing moment shenanigans. I am a little disappointed that these tracks weren't incorporated into adventure mode in any way, but hey, it's nice that they're here. Musically speaking, it's good, though it's hard to pay attention to it with all the chaos going on. Unlike Insane, Beanox actually got the original composer, Josh Mansell, to supervise the soundtrack. As for the presentation as a whole, the graphics are about as polished as the remake trilogy, with even more detail put into the animations. Each of the special costumes and characters have brand new animations attached to them, allowing the unhinged kookiness of Crash to be on full display.
CTR Nitro Fueled goes above and beyond to set itself apart from the original game, and fully embraces every corner of the Crash Bandicoot franchise. The Insane and Reignited trilogies are fantastic at recapturing the magic of those classics, but Nitro Fueled creates an experience of its own.
Best of all is that it's a lot more accessible than the original too. You can get it on any of the current consoles on the market. It's only $40, so not even a full price game if you don't go for any of the microtransactions.
Don't.
Yeah, okay, Jack. I would definitely recommend it if you were at all worried about it not living up to the original. In a lot of ways, it surpasses it.
As someone with minimal experience of the original, CTR Nitro Fueled was an absolute treat for me. It's tied with Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed as my favourite racer of all time. Between this and Insane Trilogy, I would definitely count myself as a Crash Bandicoot fan, and I can't wait to see where the series will go next. Spyro is still better though, that doesn't change anything.
No, he's fucking not.
You know what, Trey? That's your opinion, and you're perfectly entitled to be wrong sometimes.
You wanna go, bruh?
What are you gonna do? Use your super mega homie attack combo?
Okay, we're done here.
I will not be silent.